The people under the bridge, they not gonna look at you like you having a hard day and that you're on your own, because they dream and pray and fantasize about the same love that they'll share with you to be coming bestowed upon them by the general public and folks outside of that community. So they give it. You put in the universe what you want to get back, homie. You feel me?
What about that? You was telling me about how parents let their kids go in the streets and motherfucking parents wasn't they wasn't everybody like people, mamas is nurses and shit. The streets groomed them to make them dirty, rotten motherfuckers. They don't come from break them down on that shit.
About how everybody ain't raised. It's nature and nurture. Such thing called your nature. Your nature is your nature. That's your bloodline. You know, shit, you motherfucker sit up and you make a friend with a nigga, you bring the nigga to your house and they be like, who was that? Oh, who he kin to? Nah, they ain't gonna say it in front of the child. But they gonna make sure they let their relative and hey man, you can't come over here no more.
Yeah.
That's the nature that they observe. Not knowing that this person from that bloodline can be nurtured into something totally different than what you saw.
Right.
So you end up getting a black eye just because of your family name sometimes. And everybody will swear you under arrest to your nature. But your nature does not put you under arrest. You could be whatever you want to be. Okay? Your nature don't put you under arrest. You could be nurtured into something else. You know what I'm saying? As just like how they always spoke on that documentary about the boy Dahmer, where he was a killer and shit and doing what he was doing. They say they never saw that out of him in the schoolhouse. They never saw that out of him when they was at regular, typical social events and being in this company. He was relatively viewed as a normal child or person. I just said that, Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, and I'm saying something we don't know. We don't know who led him to do that. If that was his nature or if he was taught to do that. It's the same thing with motherfucking parents that be like, man, I don't know why that boy robbed that store and shot that clerk. We ain't never raised him to be a jerk like that. We don't know where that come from. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that could nurture you away from your nature, and sometimes your nature can put you under arrest. And if your nature is negative, then that's what you'll give to the universe in abundance, if that's your nature. But if that's what your nature is and you taught away from it, you could give what you taught. You feel me? You taught positive. You taught away from your nature. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just a matter of fact with any creature on earth. That's why people have pet tigers. That's why people have pet lions. That's why people go out and hang out with the bears and shit, because there are moments and times where God's good creatures on earth, all of God's creatures on earth can be taught outside of their nature. You know what I'm saying? The cold shit, I done seen where motherfuckers will talk to their goldfish and their goldfish behave like they can hear this motherfucker. But I believe the goldfish is reading lips. I don't know. But maybe vocal rhythms can travel through H2O.
Just like you could talk to a dog.
Maybe, listen, maybe vocal rhythms, maybe audio rhythms can circulate through H2O, through water. Like, I don't know. We in the universe, homie. All this shit is magical. You know what I'm saying? And it's just with creatures, and anything can be taught outside of its nature. And anything can be arrested by its nature and stuck there. Like, that's just who he is. Oh, don't worry, you know he like that. You know how he is. You know when people don't want you to start judging them, like, man, you know that boy cheese slid off his armlet long time ago. They got all kind of words for a motherfucker that just can't get right. You know, they got out, you know, that's the nature that they giving them. That's his nature. I can't do nothing with the boy. They got people like that in the world. They got all creatures like that. You can't tame everything. We call it taming the animal kingdom. We don't really call it taming one another. We just call it teaching one another and training one another to be civilized. So civility, teaching civility is an act of training humans. We don't teach the animal kingdom civility. We teach the animal to be subject to our commands and demands. And they allow sometimes to acquiesce, and they do so. Some of them like, nah, I'm not finna jump through that hoop with fire on it at the circus. I'm not doing none of that. Raw, motherfucker. And you can't tame him and take him to the circus. So it's a such thing in the world called nurturing. You know what I'm saying? You can nurture a person away from their nature. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucking child that don't listen. You know you got to do something about that. That's why the teachers at school be like, man, look, y'all sent him here. Y'all knew this motherfucker was like this. Why y'all sent him here? And he keeps showing up at the office and you asking me why, like as if we picking on him. You know this motherfucker here ain't being checked. Y'all ain't do nothing. Y'all ain't go check and see if he got a mental issue, and y'all ain't been applying y'allself to get his behavior right. You know what I'm saying? It's one or the other. And then we gonna have to value one or the other.
It starts in the school.
Man, it started at home.
It
I'm saying
it started at home.
Schoolhouse is not an obligation.
I'm saying it started at the house, but if your teacher, listen, you know your kid fucked up.
But
you just said it. Listen, I understand that.
Yeah.
All right, even
so
if you
started home.
Like you said, even if you homeschool, but I'm saying though, if your kid acting a fool at your house and then you send him to school, like you said, and then when you get there, you asking the principal and everybody looking dumbfounded like, what my kid? Bitch, you know what your kid did. That's what I'm saying.
Bro, no, I'm saying, listen, sometimes parents don't know. Listen, I'm not giving that absolutely to the parent. I'm only saying that the institution end up looking at the parents that way.
Yeah.
Like as if they're not working with this fellow. And the school definitely has medical records. They know these people different mental capacities or different issues or whatever. But as far as the parents get viewed by the establishment like as if, man, they ain't even get this one. Crazy, like he just running around doing other and looking at
look, man,
but
we out here. Yeah, I got you.
No, they start looking at us like we done something wrong.